Now, there is a huge disparity in the Black and Brown community when it comes to mental health. And most, it's already a struggle to even acknowledge and recognize that we are in need of mental health, much less paying for mental health. So by the time someone really recognizes, hey, I have a problem, maybe they're in the hospital and they're being seen by practitioners there, and now what would you recommend for them? Because I'm just trying to be real here. And the people who end up on these Medicaid or these poorly funded insurance companies that cover mental health, usually these are the people who need it the most. So what are your thoughts on really reaching out to these communities proactively and holistically? What are some of your thoughts?
That's a good point to make, Casey, that there are a lot of people who, first of all, have the stigma of mental health care. And then when they finally realize that they need the help, they have these barriers. And one of the things is that, yes, if you have Medicaid or different insurance companies and you're thrown into the system, which is basically what happens, you get pushed into the system. And, if you've ever taken part of it, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And that's unfortunate. However, I want you to know that that's not the only way. What I would do is to go beyond the Medicaid, Medicare, whatever insurance that you have, and look at other providers. Specifically, look for private practices that are operating without insurance, and give them a call and let them know your situation. I can tell you from experience and from working with colleagues in similar roles in private practices, that we do pro bono work. We do take patients, depending on the case, the situation. Like I said, we have sliding scales. A lot of us have sliding scales, and a lot of us will take a patient on pro bono to help them out if they're having a financial, hardship. And so don't feel like you're limited to just the Medicaid or whatever insurance that you have. You have to think outside the box, and you have to go beyond the standard of care. And think about it like this. If you can buy a cup of coffee a day, you can set aside enough money for mental health care. And so even if you fall on that sliding scale of, say, you're having to pay 40% of the cost, if you just learn to put your priorities straight, and instead of buying that cup of coffee, that frappuccino, or, God forbid you're buying cigarettes, that would be worse. But, if you just take that couple, $3 a day and put that aside, you'd actually be surprised the savings that would accumulate, and also be surprised that you could afford really good mental health care.